Hello dear students, very good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the vector product of two vectors. Okay, already I have taken one class on the particular topic, and today I am going to solve few questions of your miscellaneous chapter of NCERT textbook. Okay, these are very important questions I am going to discuss. Okay, the first question of today's class is, let a vector is equal to what? I cap plus 4 j cap plus 2 k cap. Another vector is what? B vector given, and C vector is given. Three vectors are given, and given that D is what? D is what? Perpendicular to what? A vector and B vector. Both the vector का क्या है? D vector क्या है? Perpendicular है, and C dot D equal to what? 15. Under this condition, you have to find the D vector. You have to find the what? D vector. So you see, suppose A is a vector, A is any vector and B is another vector. Suppose this is a vector and this is what? B vector. Okay. Now D vector is what? Perpendicular to what? D vector is what? Perpendicular to the vector what? A vector and B vector. A vector and B vector का क्या है? Perpendicular है. Direction of D vector will be in this. Okay, along this direction, perpendicular है. ठीक है. And also we know that A cross B is what? We know that A cross B is what? Also perpendicular to what? A vector and B vector. Okay. According to the definition of the vector product, this particular vector is perpendicular to what? Perpendicular to what? A vector and B vector. And also given that D vector is perpendicular to what? A vector and B vector. So from this two relation we can say that D vector, A vector and B vector का perpendicular है. A cross B is also perpendicular to A vector and B vector. So D vector and A vector दोनों का direction क्या होगा? दोनों क्या होगा? Parallel हो जाएगी. That means what I mean, if this is the this is what? Perpendicular to A vector and B vector is A cross B. Also D is perpendicular to what? A and B. Therefore D and A cross B are parallel. Okay. So from here you can say, since D vector is perpendicular to what? A vector and B vector. Therefore, D vector is parallel to what? A vector cross B vector. Okay? And when two vectors are parallel, we know that A vector is parallel to B vector if one vector is scalar multiple of what? Other vector. What is lambda? Lambda is any scalar, non-zero scalar. Okay. Therefore, D vector is parallel means what? D vector is equal to what? Lambda into A vector plus A vector cross B vector. This is A cross B. Okay. This is what? D. Now this is number one relation. Now we know that what is given that A vector is given and B vector is given. So we can find A cross B. A cross B equal to, by the determinant rule, we can find I cap, j cap, k cap. Okay, and that is what are the component of A vector? 1, 4, 2, and component of B vector 3, minus 2, 7. Okay, if you expand it, what you get? Expand करने के बाद क्या मिलेगा? 28 plus 4, 32 I cap minus j means what? 7 minus 6. 7 minus 6 means only j cap, and k cap के लिए क्या होगा? minus 2 minus 4, 12, minus 14 k cap. I hope you understand. This is just the expansion of what? Expansion of what? The determinant. Okay, ultimately A cross B is equal to this. So from here what is D? Therefore 1 implies D vector equal to lambda 32 lambda I cap minus lambda j cap minus 14 lambda k cap. This will be your D vector. So to find D vector, our unknown quantity is what? Lambda. So to find the lambda, we will use this particular condition. But C vector dot D vector equal to what? 15. What is C vector? C vector equal to what? 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap dot, that is this one 32 lambda I cap minus lambda j cap minus 14 lambda k cap equal to what? 15. Okay, I hope there is no problem for you. Now taking dot product between two vector, how to find the dot product? Corresponding component will be multiplied. Is 64 minus plus lambda minus 56, 64 lambda, okay, minus plus lambda minus 56 lambda, okay, is equal to what? 15. So from here we can find 9 lambda is equal to what? 15, and from here lambda equal to what? 15 by 9, and which equal to what? 5 by 3, which is equal to what? 5 by 3. Our target is to find what? D vector. Therefore what is D vector? D vector is equal to, you can put the value of lambda here. लैम्डा पुट करेंगे तो क्या होगा? 5/3, और लैम्डा कॉमन ले लें, लैम्डा कॉमन ले लें, 5/3 इंटू 32 I कैप माइनस j कैप minus 14 k cap. Okay, this is the final answer. Okay, I hope you understand. That is main concept is D vector is perpendicular to A and B, A vector and B vector, and therefore also D vector is perpendicular to A cross B. I'm sorry, D vector is perpendicular to A vector and B vector. A cross B is perpendicular to A vector and B vector. Therefore D vector is parallel to this. Then condition of parallel, the two vectors are parallel, that condition I have used. Then find A cross B by determinant rule, and then you get D vector, and then this condition you get the value of lambda. Okay, this is very interesting question, nice question, and this is the way you can solve the particular question. Okay, now this is the question. You see the scalar product of the vector I cap plus j cap plus k cap. This is a vector with the unit vector along the sum of the vector. Sum of these two vector is 1 unit. Then find the value of lambda. Okay, here it is very interesting question. This is the vector given, this scalar product of this vector and unit vector along the sum of these two vectors. ये दोनों वेक्टर सम करने के बाद जो वेक्टर मिलेगा वो वेक्टर का जो डायरेक्शन में यूनिट वेक्टर होगा, दैट यूनिट वेक्टर एंड आई के प्लस जे के प्लस के ये दोनों के बीच जो स्केलर प्रोडक्ट होगा या डॉट प्रोडक्ट होगा, एंड दैट डॉट प्रोडक्ट इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? 1. So this vector is already given. We have to find out the unit vector along the sum of these two vectors. So if you start like first vector, suppose let A vector is equal to what? 2 I cap plus 4 j cap minus 5 k cap, and B vector is equal to what? B vector is equal to what? Lambda I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. ठीक है, this is solution. Then find A vector plus B vector sum. सम निकालेंगे तो क्या होगा? lambda plus 2 I cap plus 6 j cap minus 2 k cap. Okay, this is your A plus B vector. Now you have to find the unit vector along the direction of this vector. Therefore unit vector along A vector plus B vector is क्या होगा? The vector divided by its magnitude. Vector क्या है? lambda plus 2 I cap plus 6 j cap minus 2 k cap divided by their magnitude. Magnitude is what? Lambda plus 2 whole square root over lambda plus 2 whole square plus 6 square minus plus 4. Okay, and you can write 36. Okay, plus 4. Okay, so what is the magnitude? Magnitude is what? Square root of what? Component square. This square plus this square plus this square. Okay, you will get this particular, that is unit vector along A vector plus B vector. Okay, Now given that dot product of this and given this vector is equal to what? 1. Now according to question, what is given? According to question, I cap, j cap, k cap dot, इसका dot product क्या होगा? तो lambda plus 2 I cap plus 6 j cap minus 2 k cap divided by the quantity is what? Under square root क्या होगा? थोड़ा सा अगर एक्सपांशन करें तो इट इज़ लैम्डा स्क्वायर, इट इज़ व्हाट? लैम्डा स्क्वायर प्लस 4 लैम्डा, ओके, प्लस 4 कीमत कितना होगा? आई मीन 44 हो जाएगी, दिस इक्वल टू 44 होगा, इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? 1. दिस इज गिवन इन योर क्वेश्चन. अकॉर्डिंग टू क्वेश्चन दोनों का डॉट प्रोडक्ट क्या है? 1 है. तो अगर डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेंगे, डॉट प्रोडक्ट तो इस दोनों के भी डॉट प्रोडक्ट होगा, ये क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर लो. डॉट प्रोडक्ट करने के बाद लैम्डा प्लस 2 इंटू 1 मीन्स लैम्डा प्लस 2 होगा, देन 6 इंटू 1 मीन्स 6 होगा, एंड 2 इंटू माइनस 2 होगा, इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? रूट ओवर लैम्डा स्क्वायर प्लस 4 लैम्डा प्लस 44. ओके, क्लियर? नाउ हियर वी कैन सी दैट इज लैम्डा प्लस 6 रहेगा, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में लैम्डा प्लस 6 रहेगा, राइट हैंड साइड विल बी अंडर स्क्वायर रूट दिस फिगर. ओके, सो इफ यू स्क्वेयरिंग बोथ साइड you will get this whole square is equal to lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44. Okay, if you expand it you will get lambda square plus 12 lambda plus 36 equal to lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44. So lambda square cancel, 12 lambda minus 4 lambda is equal to what? 8 lambda, and 44 minus 30 is equal to 8, and finally lambda equal to what? 1. So this way you can solve the particular question. In this question there is nothing, there is a huge concept are there. Question is that you have to find the dot product between a vector given and the unit vector along the sum of the vectors. So first of all you have to find the sum of the vector, then find the unit vector along this sum, and then take the dot product between these two, which is given what? 1, and from here you can get the value of lambda. Okay, this is the question you see. In this question, if a vector, b vector and c vector are mutually perpendicular vectors, very important, first condition is that mutually perpendicular vectors. You want to show that a vector plus b vector plus c vector, this new vector makes equal angle with a vector, b vector and c vector. तीनों के साथ same angle हो, same angle create करेगा, ठीक है. So we suppose that this is our vector which makes angle alpha, beta and gamma with what? A vector, b vector and c vector. Okay, that means we are going to prove that alpha equal to beta equal to what? Gamma. That is our target. Given that a, b, c are mutually perpendicular. Mutually perpendicular means what? A vector is perpendicular to what? B vector. B vector is perpendicular to what? C vector. C vector is perpendicular to what? A vector. This is mutual. Okay. So A is perpendicular to B means what? A dot B equal to what? 0. Similarly, B dot C equal to what? 0, and C dot A equal to what? 0. And suppose that magnitude of A vector plus B vector plus C vector equal to K. कुछ तो होगा. We suppose that it is equal to what? K. Okay. Now since this vector and a vector makes angle what? Alpha. So we can write therefore cos alpha equal to what? Cos alpha equal to what? A vector plus b vector plus c vector dot a vector divided by what? Magnitude. So another condition is given in the question maybe. So in this question another thing, a vector, b vector, c vector are three mutually perpendicular vectors with equal magnitude. Okay, with equal magnitude. Okay, equal magnitude. That should be mentioned. Okay, equal magnitude. So it is given that is magnitude of a vector is equal to what? Magnitude of b vector is equal to what? Magnitude of c vector given. ये साइड में लिख के रखना is equal to what? Suppose x. All have same magnitude. All are mutually perpendicular with equal magnitude. Okay. So cos alpha equal to this divided by magnitude of a vector plus b vector plus c vector into magnitude of a vector. I hope you understand. We know that if a vector and b vector makes an angle theta, this is a vector and this is b vector, then what is cos theta? Cos theta equal to dot product between the vector divided by magnitude of a into magnitude of b. This is the particular relation when you find the angle between two vector. Okay. So here angle between this vector and this vector is given what? Alpha. So the cos alpha equal to dot product between the vector divided by their corresponding magnitude. Okay. From here you can find this is a dot a means a dot a, right? A dot a. Okay. A dot a, then b dot a, and then c dot a. We expanded. This is equal to k, and magnitude of a vector is equal to what? X. We already suppose it. Okay, by this particular relation. Okay, from here magnitude of a equal to x, and magnitude of this vector is equal to what? K. To make the calculation simple, we suppose it. Okay, nothing is there. And magnitude of a dot a means what? I am sorry, a dot a means what? We know that magnitude of a whole square. So you can write magnitude of a whole square, and b dot a means what? A dot b, which is equal to what? 0, and c dot a equal to 0. So बाकी दोनों क्या हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा. Okay, 0 plus 0. This using the condition 1. Okay, using the condition, suppose this is 1. Okay, this is 1, and this is what? Suppose 2. These are the two conditions given in the question. Okay. Now you see, from here you can write cos alpha is equal to, finally what we can write, this magnitude of a whole square means what? X square. So x square by kx. So you cancel it. It will be what? X by k. It will be what? X by k. Similarly, cos beta क्या होगा? Cos beta is the angle between what? A vector plus b vector plus c vector and b vector. Okay. तो फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? a vector plus b vector plus c vector dot b vector by magnitude of what? A vector plus b vector plus c vector into magnitude of b. ये सारी अगर कैलकुलेशन करें तो a डॉट बी 0 होगा, b डॉट बी मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ b होल स्क्वायर, ये मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ b होल स्क्वायर होगा, एंड इट विल बी k, इट इज़ मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ b. ओके, बाकी तो 0 हो जाएगी बिकॉज b a डॉट b क्या है? 0 होगा, c डॉट b क्या होगा? 0 होगा. बाय दिस कंडीशन, बाय दिस नंबर 1 कंडीशन. सो फाइनली you cancel it, and it is what? This is what again? That is x, because magnitude of b is also x. Okay, x by k, and cos gamma is equal to, ऐसा हम कर सकते हैं, it will be x by k. After calculation cos gamma will be what? ये इसमें क्या है? c वेक्टर आएगा, इसमें भी c वेक्टर आएगा, इसमें तो सेम रहेगा, उसको एक्सपांशन करेंगे. आफ्टर एक्सपांशन इट यू विल गेट व्हाट? x by k. तो फाइनली व्हाट वी गेट? फाइनली वी गेट दैट finally cos alpha is equal to, therefore cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma, and from here you can write alpha equal to beta equal to what? Gamma. That means what happened? A vector plus b vector plus c vector makes equal angle with equal angles with A vector, B vector and C vector. This is the final statement. This is a very good question. In this question you see, prove that a vector plus B vector dot a vector minus B vector is equal to magnitude of A whole square plus magnitude of B whole square. You are going to prove it. This equal left hand side is equal to right hand side if and only if both the vector are what? Perpendicular. That means if it is true this is equal to this, then A is perpendicular to B, that is A vector is perpendicular to B vector, and if A vector is perpendicular to what? B vector, if you suppose, then you can prove that this is equal to this. There are two sides of the particular problem. If you suppose that this is true, you are to prove that A vector is perpendicular to B vector, and if you suppose that A vector is perpendicular to B vector, then you are to show that left hand side is equal to right hand side of the particular expression. Okay. So this is an interesting question. If and only if condition is given, so both way you have to prove it. Okay. So first we suppose that this is true, and we are going to prove that A vector is perpendicular to what? B vector. So let A vector plus B vector dot A vector minus B vector is equal to what? Magnitude of A whole square plus magnitude of B whole square. Okay. And then normal dot product multiplication कीजिए dot A plus B dot A minus A dot B minus B dot B, and right hand side is magnitude of A whole square plus magnitude of B whole square. Okay. Then you take left hand side is as magnitude of A whole square. A dot B and B dot A. B dot A and A dot B both are what? Same, because dot product is commutative. Dot product of a two vector are commutative. So both the quantity are same, so you can cancel it. So it will be minus something. I'm sorry, here plus hoga. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. So both are same. This and these are same. So you can write 2 into A vector dot B vector minus magnitude minus something is wrong with this question. No, I'm sorry, here plus hoga de. This is also plus. Okay, this is plus, I think. Yes, it is plus. So it will be plus, this is plus, this is plus. Okay. And which equal to magnitude of B whole square is equal to magnitude of A whole square plus magnitude of B whole square. Okay. Now this term and this term cancel. ये cancel होने के बाद हमें क्या होगा? 2 into A dot B equal to what? 0 implies A dot B equal to what? 0. And if dot product of two vectors is 0, then what is our conclusion? Conclusion is that A vector is perpendicular to a B vector. So by supposing this particular result is true, we have proved that A vector is perpendicular to B vector. Next we are going to show that, we are going to suppose that A vector is perpendicular to B vector and prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side, means this is equal to this. Okay. So let us suppose that, conversely you have to suppose let A vector is perpendicular to what? B vector. A vector is perpendicular to B vector means what? A dot B equal to what? 0. Okay. This is your given condition. Now with this condition you are proved that this left hand side is equal to right hand side. Let us take left hand side. Left hand side is equal to A vector plus B vector dot A vector plus B vector. दोनों का वेक्टर का डॉट प्रोडक्ट होगा तो हमें क्या पता है? वी कैन राइट A vector plus B vector, that is a magnitude whole square. Okay, and which can be written as what? Magnitude of a vector whole square plus magnitude of b vector whole square plus 2 into a vector dot b vector. We use the identity already we have shown you, and this result is equal to 0, then it can be what? Magnitude of a vector whole square plus magnitude of b vector whole square, and this is 0. So ultimately here you can write this is number 1 using 1, okay, using 1. So ultimately which is equal to what? Right hand side. Which is equal to what? Right hand side. That is, we can solve that is a vector plus b vector dot a vector plus b vector is equal to what? Magnitude of a whole square plus magnitude of b whole square. Okay, this is the final result of the particular question. First we suppose that this is true. We prove that this a vector is perpendicular to what? B vector. And secondly, we suppose that a vector is perpendicular to what? B vector, and prove that this is equal to this, right? Hope you understand this. There are two ways of the solving the particular question. ये particular question को दो तरीके से both side आप solve करना होगा. First we suppose one side, prove other side, and then you suppose next other side and prove this side. Okay. So this is a very interesting question. Okay. So here you see we already know that cos alpha minus beta equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. We got in trigonometry, and how we get the result also we know the proof also. But here how you can apply vector method to prove this particular result, very interesting, because in your there is a trigonometry, the particular result whenever you are going to prove it is something difficult, okay, but when you use vector method it will be more easier for you to prove the particular result, okay. And here we saw what we do. First we suppose that OX and OY are two mutually perpendicular direction. Two mutually perpendicular direction means what? They are in right angles. They are in right angles, okay. The angle is what? 90 degree. So along OX, I cap is the unit vector, and along OY, J cap is the unit vector. And we suppose that OP is a unit vector. This OP vector, a unit vector, and OQ is another what? Unit vector, okay. Both are what? Unit vector. Their magnitude is what? 1, and they makes angles. OP vector makes angle alpha with what? OX, and OQ vector makes angle beta with what? OX. These are the given. So what is the angle between these two vectors? दोनों का बीच में एंगल क्या होगा? This is angle alpha, this is beta, so this angle is alpha minus beta. Angle between the angle POQ. Angle POQ is equal to what? Alpha minus beta. Okay, understood? So all the things whatever I have mentioned, you have to write it like that. You mention that OX vector and OY vector are two mutually perpendicular directions. Direction means we are telling vector, okay, and let I cap and j cap are unit vector along OX and OY. These are our supposition, okay, and let also we suppose that OP vector and OQ vector are two unit vector along unit vectors making angles क्या करेगा? Angles alpha and beta with OX. ठीक है? Then from P draw perpendicular PM perpendicular OX and QN perpendicular OX are drawn. हमने ड्रॉ कर लिया है, ठीक है. These are the primary information about this. Now if this makes an angle alpha and this is beta, therefore angle P or Q क्या होगा, अल्फा माइनस बीटा. Okay, understood? There means angle between two vector, angle between this vector and that vector is what, alpha minus beta, and therefore we are going to find cos alpha minus beta, right? From triangle OMP, you see, from triangle OMP, what is cos alpha? Cos alpha equal to OM by OP, base by hypotenuse. And what is sin alpha? Sin alpha equal to what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. This is a right angle triangle. I am drawing a perpendicular, right? So this is a right angle triangle. From this right angle triangle, cos alpha equal to OM by OP and sin alpha equal to MP by OP. Yes. So this is OM by OP, and but MP by OP equal to what? Sin alpha. And since OP is what? Magnitude of OP vector, and magnitude of OP vector is equal to what? 1. So you put the value of OP is at 1, you will get OM is equal to cos alpha and MP equal to what? Sin alpha आपको मिलेगी. ठीक है. Again you see this is a right triangle. Okay. Along this direction OM vector, along this direction MP vector, and this is its resultant. By vector law of addition you can say that OP vector equal to what? OM vector plus MP vector. आप लिख सकते हो. So OP vector equal to what? OM vector plus MP vector. But we know that a vector have a two part, one is magnitude, another is what? Direction. What is the magnitude of OM vector? It is OM, and its direction is given by the unit vector along its direction. What is the unit vector along its direction? I cap. So you can write OM into I cap. Similarly MP, magnitude क्या है? MP है, and along its direction what is the unit vector? This is J cap. Okay, in this direction unit vector क्या है? J cap है. And then finally OM is equal to what? Cos alpha I cap. And that is it is what? MP is just called sin alpha what? Sec. Okay. So we get this particular result. Now you use the triangle, another triangle ONQ. ONQ से आपको क्या मिलेगी? This is your OP vector. Okay. Now from triangle ONQ, same way cos beta equal to what? ON by OQ equal to cos beta, and NQ by OQ is equal to what? Sin beta, because angle is what? Beta. Angle is what? Beta. I hope you understand this part. And magnitude of OQ is equal to what? 1, because it is a unit vector. So ON is equal to cos beta, and NQ is equal to what? Sin beta. So you can write OQ is equal to what? Magnitude of OQ vector, which is equal to what? 1, since इसमें लिख के रख देना. ठीक है. So this is, that's why ON is equal to what? Cos beta, and NQ is equal to sin beta. Now if you use the there is particular what? Vector law of addition in this particular triangle. So ON vector plus NQ vector is equal to what? OQ vector. But OQ vector is equal to what? ON vector plus NQ vector. Okay? And ON vector can be written as what? ON I cap. Because along ON vector, what is the unit vector? ON I cap. So magnitude into direction. Okay? And NQ की डायरेक्शन में क्या होगा? What is the unit vector? J cap. And finally ON is what? Cos beta, and NQ is equal to what? Sin beta J cap. So this is your OQ vector. Understood? So OP vector is this and OQ vector is this. Now दोनों वेक्टर के बीच एंगल क्या है? अल्फा माइनस बीटा. इफ यू टेक डॉट प्रोडक्ट बिटवीन दिस टू, therefore you can write OQ vector dot OP vector. Q क्या है? OQ क्या है? cos beta I cap plus sin beta J cap dot, and OP is what? Cos alpha I cap plus sin alpha J cap. Okay. no need of this particular figure. Now this is the dot product between these two. Now angle between OQ and OP, if you take the basic formula, then it will be OQ magnitude, OP magnitude into angle between them is what? Cos of alpha minus beta, and right hand side क्या होगा? These are the vectors in terms of their component, and dot product between two vectors in terms of component, how to get? That is the corresponding component will be multiplied. Cos alpha into cos beta plus sin alpha into what? Sin beta. Okay. So left hand side is what? This is 1, this is 1. Ultimately it is cos alpha minus beta is equal to what? Cos alpha into cos beta plus sin alpha into what? Sin beta. So this is where you can prove it. From this particular figure you can prove also sin alpha minus beta. Sin alpha minus beta. Okay. How to get sin alpha minus beta? You just take OQ cross OP. तो उसमें आप क्या करेंगे? क्रॉस लेंगे, क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेंगे. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड क्या होगा? OQ OP मैग्नीट्यूड क्या होगा? OQ क्रॉस OP. दैट इज क्या है इसमें? क्या रिजल्ट होगा? मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ OQ इंटू मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ OP इंटू वाट? साइन अल्फा माइनस बीटा. ओके, इंटू वाट? ए यूनिट वेक्टर. OQ एंड OP इसकी परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में जो यूनिट वेक्टर होगा, because your diagram is like that, right? This is I cap, this is j cap. Okay, this is OP and this is what? OQ. तो this OP and OQ lies on this. उसका ये प्लान का परपेंडिकुलर यूनिट वेक्टर क्या है? परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में जो वेक्टर है वो वेक्टर ऐसा होगा. ठीक है. एंड along दिस डायरेक्शन व्हाट इज द यूनिट वेक्टर? I cap एंड j cap की परपेंडिकुलर यूनिट वेक्टर क्या है? K cap. तो यू कैन राइट K cap. एंड इफ़ यू टेक क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट बिटवीन दिस टू, आप क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेंगे तो नॉर्मल आई डॉट आई क्या होगा? आई क्रॉस आई क्या होगा? 0 होगा. जे क्रॉस जेरस क्या होगा? 0 हो जाएगी. तो आप क्या लेंगे? कोस बीटा आई कैप इंटू साइन अल्फा जे कैप. दैट मीन्स आई क्रॉस जे. आई क्रॉस जे क्या होता है? के होता है. देन साइन बीटा जे कैप इंटू कोस अल्फा आई कैप. जे क्रॉस आई क्या होगा? माइनस के होगा. तो आप के कैप कॉमन लेंगे. के कैप कॉमन लेने के बाद आपका क्या आएगी? इसमें साइन अल्फा कॉस बीटा माइनस कॉस अल्फा साइन बीटा आएगी एंड इनटू के कैप. इसके बाद दोनों साइड में मैग्नीट्यूड लेंगे. मैग्नीट्यूड लेने के बाद क्या होगा? ये तो अल्फा माइनस बीटा क्या है? एक्यूट एंगल है. ये तो ऑलरेडी पॉजिटिव है, तो ये क्या होगा? 1 होगा. एंड राइट हैंड साइड में क्या होगा? के कैप क्या हो जाएगी? मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ के कैप इक्वल टू व्हाट? 1. एंड यू विल गेट द फाइनल रिजल्ट. ओके, सो आई जस्ट ऐड विथ दिस क्वेश्चन. इफ साइन अल्फा माइनस बीटा का अगर प्रूफ चाहिए तो आप सेम में जस्ट यू टेक क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेना है. इसमें डॉट प्रोडक्ट लिया था, आप इसको क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेना है, अकॉर्डिंगली करना है. ठीक है. होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड देयर इज अनदर रिजल्ट इज कोस अल्फा प्लस बीटा. ओके, कोस अल्फा प्लस बीटा इज ऑल्सो देयर. फॉर कोस अल्फा प्लस बीटा व्हाट शुड बी द डायग्राम? और फॉर साइन अल्फा प्लस बीटा डायग्राम के बारे में थोड़ा सा मैं आप लोगों को समझा देता हूँ. देन यू कैन डू इट. ओके, दिस इज OX डायरेक्शन, OY डायरेक्शन. Along this I cap unit vector and along this what? Unit vector is what? J cap. ठीक है. So suppose that this is what? This is what? OP vector makes an angle what? Alpha. And suppose that there is another vector OQ. Okay, which makes an angle what? Beta. Okay, and this is perpendicular and this is also perpendicular. Then दोनों को वेक्टर में OP वेक्टर एंड OQ वेक्टर में एंगल क्या हो जाएगी? अल्फा प्लस बीटा हो जाएगी. अल्फा प्लस बीटा हो जाएगी. सो दिस इज सपोज PM, दिस इज सपोज QN. ओके, आपको सिर्फ जब NQ निकालेंगे, व्हेन यू फाइंड NQ, इस जो ट्राइंगल ऑफ वेक्टर यूज करेंगे, OQ वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? OQ वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? क्या होगा? ON वेक्टर प्लस NQ वेक्टर. यस, तो ON वेक्टर क्या है? ON इंटू आई कैप एंड NQ में थोड़ा क्या होगा? माइनस आएगी. NQ इंटू वाट? J कैप. माइनस NQ आएगा. क्यों माइनस आएगा? बिकॉज डायरेक्शन इज अपोजिट टू J कैप. उस NQ का जो मैग्नीट्यूड क्या है? NQ होगा एंड उसकी डायरेक्शन में यूनिट वेक्टर क्या है? माइनस J कैप होगा. दैट्स वाई क्या है? माइनस आएगी. तो वहाँ में थोड़ा सा चेंजेस है, बाकी सब सेम है. आप कर सकते हो। इसके बाद cos बीटा आई कैप माइनस साइन बीटा जे कैप होगा। इसके बाद उसका डॉट प्रोडक्ट लीजिएगा, आपको cos अल्फा प्लस बीटा मिल जाएगी एंड सिमिलरली साइन अल्फा प्लस बीटा मिल जाएगी। होप यू अंडरस्टैंड, यू ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन। ओके, so finally what we conclude that almost all the important question I have solved of NCERT textbook miscellaneous exercise, and these are the questions or additional question not in your NCERT textbook, okay, but important one may asked in the examination. Okay, so hope you understand, and please go through the video thoroughly so that you can understand every step of solving the problems. When you go through the videos from first to last, then you understand every content, every concept, and hope you understand. With this I conclude here. Thank you very much, and have a good day ahead.